Ah, shit, I didn't film an intro. Fine, we'll do it now. So, by the time you're watching this, it will have been 1 year of me doing this YouTube spiel. So I figured what better way to celebrate it than by doing it with the most chaotic people that I know and those who have influenced me the most into doing what I'm doing right now. Take it as you will. So today I'm joined by the SaveData crew.
Woo! Hello.
Very
I don't
enthusiastic.
know if I'm on camera currently, but hello.
We're joined today by Zach, Chris, David, Hayo, Pridge, and
We
Jason.
good?
So I have a set of questions ready for you here. I will state one thing before we get into this. Baron from the Save Data community helped me out with this, so shout out to Baron. And yeah, so the best way I think to start this would be the chillest question there is on here, which is how did this all start?
Oh God, Zach, you want to feel
everyone
the
point at
saga?
Zach. I don't know where he is, but everyone point at Zach.
Well, actually, I was inspired by Hayo, who forever ago. So originally, I moved to New York City to be an actor, and liked it for a long time. Started falling out of love with it, and I'd always really liked video games. Obviously, they've been a major part of my life, and I presume most of our lives. And I had messed around with Adobe Premiere before in video editing. I mean, me and Jason literally had, I think, 3 episodes of a YouTube.
Yeah, we had a
game review.
podcast
And we had a podcast
YouTube.
that I think has 2 episodes.
We tried it before.
Yeah, and those are absolute dog shit bad. Don't ever go look those up.
I try my hardest.
But over the years, like I had done a few other videos just like for shits and giggles, but I had no idea how to promote it. Like I think one of those videos, which I spent so much time on, still has like 20 views or something, and I was like, well, shit. And then I guess it was like 2018. I was like, oh, maybe I'll start trying to like work in games media. And the advice that I had seen everybody say, if you want to start working in games media, is to just start making something now, whether it's writing pieces, doing a podcast, making videos, stuff like that. And so I was like, oh, well, it should be the easiest thing to do is to make a podcast. And yeah, I don't know why I came up particularly with the idea of Around the Monitor. I think I was in a bar watching Around the Horn because it was just playing on television, and I was like, oh, that's a good idea for video games. So I just totally stole their idea, shamelessly named it Around the Monitor, and then spent way too long trying to make all the files and everything that eventually became the show. It was very rough going, and thankfully 2.5 years later, now I can put together a show in a few hours, so it's great. But those first episodes literally was like an 8-hour edit, which was ridiculous.
How did you get everyone that now makes up the team? Do you want to break that down?
Yeah. I mean, I want to say, well, the first episode, because we
had different people on.
Yeah, it was me, I believe Jason. I know Danny was on there.
Rob
was on there, and was it?
Pridge would cycle. We would cycle in a couple people. I know Pridge was in there.
I think it was Wes in the
beginning.
Because Wes was my roommate at the time. So
yeah, I wasn't there. I wasn't there at the beginning. I helped out. I was definitely helped out on 1 or 2 of the earlier ones, but I was not there at the beginning.
Yeah, I mean, basically, it everything that we are today is literally just me slowly roping in more and more of my friends. David reached out to me at one point to be like, oh, hey, I like this show. I like what you're doing. We went to high school together, so we knew each other, but like we weren't not friends, but we weren't like actually.
We were definitely acquaintances.
I didn't really know you. We had played League of Legends, I think, a couple times, and then like,
oh yeah.
You reached out to me, so the show seems cool. There was 1 week somebody couldn't be on, and I was like, hey, do you want to be on the show this week? So that was how David got brought in. Chris and I worked in a restaurant job together. That's how he got brought in.
Oh, yeah. It was like episode 3 of Around the Monitor. He's like, hey, do the show.
Yeah.
And Wes is unreliable.
I will say he wasn't the only one, but
Really?
Yeah, and then it just kind of became, slowly adding more content to the channel, and then it was like video essays became a thing. Then, we're going to add this other thing, and now we do think it's like 3 essentially weekly shows, video essays, bonus odds and ends here. So it's become pretty crazy, pretty laborious, I guess I would say.
It's almost like it's a job or something.
It's almost like it's a job.
This is a bullshit question. I will state that before we even go near it. But
Yes.
there are 2 main kind of content creation platforms, YouTube and Twitch. So content creation, videos, and streaming. What do you guys generally feel like you preferred more through the years that you've done this?
I mean, I would say 99% YouTube. That being said, doing the Ace Attorney series every Wednesday live is so much fun. The audience for that is really incredible. But if there ever comes a day where we become primarily Twitch streamers, I would be shocked.
I think if you can do both, it's really good if you can do both and you could stream both, but I know it's problematic at some points. So, like, releasing videos and then also streaming helps a lot. I personally like Twitch a lot more than YouTube because you can interact with the community currently when you're doing the content you're making, which is fun. You be a little bit more on the cuff, come up with like all of your stuff randomly, and sometimes the best moments come in spontaneity. So I really like that. But if you're like organizing and having things planned out, then YouTube is perfectly fine with getting those presented as well. So I think both of them offer very unique opportunities. But like for me, I stream on Twitch all the time, so I really like just being able to interact with your viewers and have something just happen, and then it just becomes like a meme on your own channel even. So I don't know. There's merits to both of them, I think.
Yeah, I prefer the mix because, like, me personally, I'm actually more comfortable doing the live stuff on Twitch than the recorded stuff because I hate listening to myself. So, like, it's way easier on Twitch because just like, I just say the things and that goes in the recording at the end. Like, it's super easy. I don't have to do like 15 takes or anything. But but I think our YouTube stuff generally is just better.
Yeah, it's a trade because, like Jason said, there's a lot of cool stuff you can do when you're actually talking with the community live. But at the same time, the ability it's much more easier to sort of gain an audience on YouTube when they don't have to tune in live. They can watch it whenever they want. Plus, you have the ability to edit, remove dead parts and just put the best parts forward. So it's sort of a give and take in that regard.
You can remove the part where you forget to mute your microphone and go pee 10 feet away from it.
But you can't remove it from our minds.
Yeah.
Because we were there.
Actually.
Or when you trash on someone's marriage.
Yeah. I actually hate live media. I know my entire like professional career has been based around it, but I got into the industry working on produced media that you record, edit, and then it goes on television later, and you can just wash your hands of it and move on. Whereas live media, I have to like actually engage with it and be a part of it, and I can't just like walk away. I much prefer editing stuff and putting it on YouTube too. I mean, I still enjoy Twitch, and I really like the way we do it, where like we record our stuff in a Twitch more like professional version of that goes up on the YouTube channel. I think honestly, Zach and I talk a lot about how, like, if we're going to do literally anything, why are we not recording it? Because everything is content. Because that's the nightmare world that we live in. What's like, if we're already recording this gameplay, why don't, and like we're doing jokes, let's just do it live as well. That way, people can get enjoyment out of that if they want, and then if they don't want, hey, it's up, trimmed, cut, and like here's just the good stuff on a VOD on our channel.
Yeah,
with memes, kids.
Yeah, memes actually is a good segue into my next. By the way, for those watching at home, you're seeing the edited fucking version of this because there's like a 15-second delay between me and them talking, so we're just gonna ignore that. So the next question, which was submitted by Baron, actually, is this is gonna be great.
Oh, no.
Which of Chris's jokes do you each love and hate the most?
None of them.
See, here's the thing. It's not so much that I love Chris's jokes. I love how much Zach hates them.
Yeah, that's what we're here for, baby. That's channel culture.
It's like when Goofy and Kermit first came up, I was very indifferent. I didn't really care. But then the more Zach hated them, the more I enjoyed Goofy and Kermit.
I think the first 17 times Chris made the Goofy for Smash joke. No, you're right, David. I do remember I started off indifferent. I was like, what was that? Was like such a nothing burger. Like, what is that fucking joke? Okay.
Goofy for Smash is like a fighting game Twitter joke. It's so much nothing.
I mean, it does, and it did nothing for me. And then the third time you'd said it, I was like, if you try to make this joke happen, I will fucking bury you. And I think me and Pridge both were like, every time you would say it, we're like, God, fuck you. This joke sucks. And then I don't know when there was a turning point. And
it's indistinguishable between where the hatred ended and the enjoyment began.
And it just became like, well, shit, this is a part of our Discord community now, which by extension means this is a joke we do forever. And yeah, I mean, definitely the one I hate the most is the joke that I like Fortnite, but
that's not the question. The question was, which one did you like the most?
No, he also said hate.
That one's not a joke.
Okay, fair.
Unequivocally, yeah. I've actually never played Fortnite, so
Played it once.
Literally never. So,
ooh, we should add a Fortnite emote.
My favorite is easily anything to do with how dead Tales of Runeterra is. Call back to that. We used to have a series on that.
Sorry,
okay.
can you bleep that? I can't.
Anything in that?
My ass
in that.
on the
Joking
line.
about this in Slack this morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. One day. Hey, one day it'll come back. OP has a character named after him in that show.
that's true.
Made one appearance before the show got canceled.
Now, my question is, OP, did you know that? Did you actually listen to the show? Because nobody did.
Damn.
I don't think he
All right.
did.
Gonna surf past that.
Damn. Times is tough out here.
But do you think, like, if theoretically,
Which one of you would you kill?
that's my third question. I'm gonna have to scratch that out. But do you think, if games didn't exist just as a whole, that you would have gone into YouTube and Twitch?
Nope, not for me.
Well, Twitch.
Hell, I don't even know if I mean, I might not even be friends with any of these guys if it wasn't for video games. Damn.
That's
Yeah.
actually very
I
true.
wouldn't have met
Let
any of these
alone
guys
getting
without
into
video games.
YouTube.
Yeah, I mean,
I met Jason, and I met Jason because we both liked Fire Emblem and started playing League together. Met Rob through League. Met Zach through Jason. Met Chris and
Because
David through Zach.
the only person here that I have met in real life unrelated to video games is Zach.
Yeah.
And we were acquaintances,
we
not friends.
weren't really friends then. So.
I was friends with Zach though.
That's true.
That's true.
I mean, I think I'm the only person that the answer is probably yes, because it's what I did professionally, independent of video games. But would I do it recreationally? Almost certainly not. Like, I can't. Also, like, the thing is, like, I don't really engage with much content on YouTube and Twitch that aren't video game related. Maybe board games, but
Yeah,
like
that's
even
true.
then,
Yeah.
Like, what would I do? Like a cooking show? Yeah, I'm not gonna do
Yeah.
that.
Oh, I'd love to do
I was
a
gonna
cooking
say-
show though.
I was gonna say the only thing that I would maybe do is something cooking.
Hell
That's
yeah!
it.
SaveData cooking coming soon.
I mean, for me, I think my love of making video essays comes from like my background in theater, just like the love of storytelling and stuff like that. I'd like to believe that maybe if it wasn't video games, I would do something else. Like, I don't fucking know, like history shit. But that's pretty tenuous. I wouldn't guarantee that would be a real future.
Even drunker history.
There we go. And I would make the
They get
cocktail
drunk.
that
You
they
get
drink.
real fucking drunk and drunk history. You might die.
No, I was actually the guy who bullied all of these guys all throughout school. So if it wasn't for video games, I would be in a completely different.
Was Rob the cool guy in high school? I can't
No.
believe that
In
to be
high
true.
school,
No.
nobody knew him in high school. Thank God. But in college,
I wasn't the cool guy, but I was like the cool guy could flip between groups. I flipped between groups without
code
being
switching.
The cool guy. A little bit more than code switching.
Okay.
But I was
Yeah.
like, the cool guy was cool with me, and then I was cool with everybody else.
Hayo just like Cheshire cats between, like, just like all you see is just the smile and the laugh. Like, sorry, that's not it.
Anyway,
Just
that
like
got
says
cut.
one
So,
funny thing.
So moving on. This question was actually submitted by Baron again. In an ideal world where subs and views and all that jazz doesn't matter, what would you be interested in making? And who would you be interested in collaborating with?
I would probably do most of the same stuff. I probably wouldn't have kept doing the Zelda series, or at least as frequently.
Wow.
It's, I mean, like, listen, I want to say it's the thing that I feel beholden to make, because I do enjoy making them, but like definitely the stuff
people
like
demanded of us.
yeah, I mean, it's obviously our most popular thing, and like that's great. I'm glad it's found an audience and has brought a lot of people to us. But like the other documentary stuff I do, like the Yacht Club Games thing, I love that. Or even like the goofier stuff, like the Unsolved Mysteries of Gaming, where that was like a whole shtick put onto a video. I mean, obviously, I love like producing the crazy bullshit that Chris does. Very excited for the next video that he has coming out. As far as people to collaborate with, Aaron and I actually were talking about this privately the other week of like what content creators would I want to collaborate with that like, and I listed a bunch of names, and he was like, well, do you think any of those people like create content that is like yours, or you just like their content? I was like, that's a good point. Because like, I mean, I fucking love girlfriend reviews videos, but I'm not gonna fucking. We have no similarities in the way our videos are produced and made, so that's an absolute no go. There are some people like Thomas Game Docs is a great example. I'm trying to think of other like documentary, like those are the videos that I really like on YouTube, and that's kind of what has inspired my creativity. Like I fucking love Tim Rogers, and our shit is not like Tim Rogers, and I would never want to make a video.
You don't want to do a 4-hour-long review of one game?
Yeah, exactly.
God,
I already hate doing what?
Wasn't when you did Prey? You did like an hour-long Prey review.
It was 20 minutes. It was 20 minutes.
What?
and Rob, if that felt like an hour, imagine a 4-hour video.
He did the Eternal Ring, dude.
Oh yeah,
25-minute
Four-hour
video.
review of Eternal Ring.
Yep.
It was 27 minutes. I have one of my first, like, I would say good in quotation marks videos was a review of Eternal Ring.
I actually enjoyed that. That was entertaining.
Once every year I go back and watch that video to see how far I've come. And usually every time I'll be like, that was actually a good joke I did there. half of the video I'm like, oof, that's cringy, Jesus God. And then there's some things I'm like, okay. Oh, I would play Shadow Tactics. That's a good one.
Oh, shut up! No, you wouldn't. You will never play that great game.
I would write anime reviews. That's what I would do.
Ooh, Bridge, you should do that anyways. What are you talking about?
One, you're correct. I should.
Bridge's Anime Corner. Make it happen.
I was going to say Prince's Anime Corner. Wow.
2022. We're expanding.
I'll help you with that. Let's go.
That's absolutely what I would do, and something I probably should do. But every time I start writing things, I get sidetracked and lose my mind. So
anime review quarterly.
Just like it'll be like Video Game Book Club, where we do it every month.
Good poll. I've always wanted to work with Pat Gill from Polygon because he's also a massive wrestling fan, and I've always had this idea for. If you guys are familiar with Crash Course presented by the Green Brothers, like Crash Course World History and Crash Course, it's like educational stuff, but it's like done in such a way that's like easily digestible. And it's funny enough that you almost forget that you're learning. But I've wanted to do Crash Course pro wrestling for like probably a decade now.
The games I play are pretty much what I would want to be playing anyway, which is Pokemon, Fire Emblem, whatever. I guess it'd be nice to be able to get on a stream with one of the bigger content creators for those games too, and just talk with like either do like a duo thing with like one of the big Nuzlockers or a duo with like Fire Emblem doing commentary for that. So that'd be probably where I would pick. And like I usually play whatever I'm playing on stream is probably what I'd be playing for the most part, except more excessive without it. So
how often are you playing a Fire Emblem game where you're the number one person streaming it? I imagine actually quite a lot because you play so much fucking Fire Emblem.
Depends on the game, but I'm probably pretty high up there, surprisingly. But Not
I feel
usually.
like every time I tune into your stream, you're like usually in the teens.
Yeah. So
Fucking always double digits for this guy is just a constant. He's on fire.
Well, Hio, if you stream more than once a month, then
it is.
Roasted.
Look, I
only
love
one
watching.
time.
I love watching Hio streams.
do
They
too.
are. They
Really
are.
entertaining.
They are a
It's got
lot of
good music,
a
yeah.
lot of silence, good music, zillion gameplay, and then the occasional fuck.
The stuff I would do really isn't that different. I don't have the pressure Zach does, so I kind of just do what I want already. Like doing the podcast stuff is something I thoroughly enjoy, and like I would love to collaborate with like other podcasters, like Kind of Funny, What's Good, Spawn on Me, Gamertag Radio, like all those people would be fantastic. Having Mario Rivera on Around the Monitor was super awesome. Like that was so cool. I hope we get to do more of that in the future. When it comes to like reviews and stuff, I'm already working on what I want to do for that. It's gonna take me like a year, but
I think you literally several years, David.
oh no, it's gonna take me a year.
Okay, you heard it here first,
I'm gonna
folks.
plow through them. I
Okay.
mean, maybe not all the videos. I'll have all the gameplay done in a year, probably. But like, I'm gonna do review of all the Tales games and put them in a review series and rank them against each other, which should be fun. But like, doing the Golden Age of Gaming video was something I just wanted to do, and reviews are fun. I'd actually, I guess I'd like to do more written reviews, but I'm lazy and I don't do it, so it's probably never gonna happen. Mostly due to my
Oh
own
man,
laziness.
after my own heart.
So the content I enjoy consuming, I actually really like watching those 1 to 4 hour long video essays about some game I have never played and will never play because I don't play games. So like watching somebody else play a game, like MK Ultra, Fire and Ice or whatever. He does like the 1080p, 60 FPS shit. I'll just sit
Yeah.
and watch like a 24 hours of content of just like somebody playing a game.
Yeah.
But I like the stuff I enjoy watching. I don't have the I can't just sit down and work on something. So like the stuff I enjoy watching, I can never work on. I'd have to be like a purely streamer, cutting up my stream and then putting 10 minutes exactly on YouTube would be the only thing I'd ever be producing myself.
I love my Wi-Fi. Anyway, so earlier, I think actually yesterday, by the time of us recording this, and if you're at home, it'll be in the iCard somewhere up there. I still don't know where that is. I made a video with Noob Sniper, and at some point he made a good point. We were talking about evolving your content and that kind of shiz. And at some point he said the advice that you would give others is often the best advice that you could hear yourself. So moving off of that point, what advice would you guys give yourself on what you're making out here right now?
Does somebody else want to take this? Because that's a tough
I
call.
easily can because this has been in. Rich
Yeah,
can go
I
first.
also I'll go after Jason.
Oh, okay. This has been a topic that I myself run into a lot. Is I'm able to potentially help other people or talk to people can't even find advice. So it's if I give myself advice is setting guidelines that I know I would actually adhere to get things done. And like I can't do that where we were joking around with me not having a script out and I need to be bribed with the calzone to even get it done. It's because like I'm just focused on something and then I'll be playing this or whatever and I don't have like the motivation to like get something done unless I'm on the clock. And since everything's so free here or like you just submit what you want to do,
Yeah.
I don't have like that, like somebody like, hey, get this done or else like it's over. You lose money. I have another job full time. So there's no like financial pressure for me to get it done. It'd be more of getting it done and having it done purely for content. So like I have a bunch of ideas up there or I'll run something, but I can never finalize it because I don't have that drive or that go button. So if I was to have anything, it's just learning for advice is learning to make sure I have goals and get guidelines that I can follow, that I can get some stuff done on
I echo that
reasonable amount of time.
100%
So,
for myself as well.
So mine would be just finish. Even if you feel like it's going to fail, because you're going to hit a lot of failures before anything good happens, just finish it. Do the thing, accept that you're going to fail a lot at the beginning, but just do the thing. That's one of the hardest things. Because again, I also like to write. I could do fantasy writing in my free time, and I'm so nervous that like what I'm writing isn't good that I stop doing it. But I need to not. I just need to write something, even if it's bad. I just need to finish something because that is honestly one of the biggest hurdles.
Yeah, totally.
Is you want the first thing you do to be the perfect thing, but it's never going to be. So just do the thing first, then worry about refining it later.
I mean, I've been when I first got into the industry, I used to be like, especially in college, I was like, obsessive that like things have to be the best they can possibly be, or they do not deserve to go out on the internet. Like if I fucked up a recording, I would go back and like either scrap the video or I'd re-record everything from scratch. And which is insanity, especially when I'm at college. I'm doing a student film no one's ever going to see. Who gives a crap? But I actually gave this advice to Zach recently as well, and I give it to myself and people I work with all the time. And that's this is gonna show up or reverse, but that's fuck them. Write jokes for yourself, edit videos for yourself, make it your humor. Because if you find it funny and people like you that you work with find that stuff funny or enjoyable or engaging or whatever it may be, like if it's drama, like is it the kind of drama that hits you? If it's comedy, does it make you laugh? That's the kind of shit that you should be producing, because it's the only stuff that you're actually like going to end up being proud of. Because if you make a video and you end up making it for someone that isn't yourself, I've made probably close to 55 or like 60 commercials. Like I don't give a crap about like they mean literally nothing to me. And if you showed me them and told me I worked with them, I probably wouldn't even remember it, because it would be like, this means nothing to me because it's some garbage canned content I made for a company, not for myself. So yeah, fuck them. It's my best advice to everyone.
Echoing Chris's sentiment there, like one of the phrases that's like stuck with me a lot as a creative is that art is never finished, it's just abandoned. And I very much have like that kind of perfectionist mentality when I'm making videos a lot. And I'll be like, okay, what is the like, what is it, cost versus reward of like, I want to tighten the screws on this video and it's going to make it this much better, but it's also going to cost me like an hour of time. And will people actually notice this tiny difference that I'm doing? And most of the time the answer is no. Most of the time I'll still do that hour. And then I'll be like, oh, I could spend another 2 hours doing like these little minute things. And I'm like, okay, at that point, it's not worth my time. Like this video is where it is. It's going to be great. People are going to be happy with it. And then sometimes I'll watch it back and be like, oh, fuck, that was bad. Nobody caught that. Or sometimes people do catch it. And then we're like, well, you fucked up here. And I'm like, yeah, okay, you got me. You got me, YouTube comments. And that sucks. But it's...
But at that point, they watched the video and they added comment engagement.
That's engagement, baby.
Therefore, fuck them.
Yeah. Put the arrows in on purpose, man. Don't fall for his tricks.
You know, real talk, I thought about doing that.
Don't believe Andor's lies.
I don't know. Like, I think personally, this is going to be weird, because in this last month, I definitely my production has slowed down way. I'm very excited to get the Zelda video out, which should be coming out tomorrow as of recording. But like, it just, there are times where I definitely am doing too much, and I need to learn to like ask for help, or like even with David saying earlier, we got Mario Rivera on one of our podcasts, who like is a person that has worked in prominent positions for games outlets, and he's been on several major podcasts that I actually listen to because I love them. And all that took was me shooting this guy a tweet, a DM on Twitter, and just being like, hey, here's what we do. Do you want to be on our show? And he was like, yeah, great. When do you need me? And it was like, that's amazing. Holy shit. And I need to just have the fucking guts to text these or DM these people and be like, hey, you want to be on our show? Or like game developers. Every time I've messaged them and been like, hey, can we get a code for your upcoming game? They've been like, yeah, that's great. And it's just, for me, it sucks that, I mean, it sucks for a lot of reasons that, COVID-19 exists. But the thing that sucks the most for me, I think, is going to these conventions. I went to PAX East at the beginning of last year when we only had, at the time, I think 700 subscribers. And it was like embarrassing talking to people and then handing them my business card, being like, "Yeah, we're a YouTube channel. I have 700 subscribers." Now it would feel great to come in there and be like, "Hey, we're fucking SaveData team, bam, and
Damn right.
and just
Quick punchy name, 25,000 subscribers, slap it down.
exactly." And like going to that one event, like the amount of people I met who were super cool and amazing and nice, and I actually networked with and still talk to be able to do that again, I think is the environment that I personally thrive in. I hate being stuck always talking with people through screens, through text, but it is what it is. Comes 2022, thankfully, maybe.
Fingers crossed, right? I have no advice. I'm actually not like a creative. Unfortunately, if you could believe it, I'm not a creative person. So like these hangups, anything I work on, I'm like, I don't give a fuck about it as soon as I finish it. And even if it's not finished, I don't care. I'm just like, yeah, just take it. I don't care. I don't give a fuck about this. I put all my energy into like the first 10% of it. The last 90%, I don't care. So I never look at feedback for things. I never look at my old stuff to see how I've improved from the new stuff. Like the hardest thing for me for doing literally anything, we were just playing D&D as like buddies, and they're like, make a character sheet.
Oh my god.
Oh, I don't want to. I just want to like play video games and eat candy and just like kiss myself. And they're like, no, dude, like we're gonna have fun. I'm like, no, I want the warm of the pee, so I don't have to like put on clothes. Like, it's like start anything, and then once you started it, I don't know. As soon as you started, everything else sort of comes together.
So Rob's advice is just run forward really, really, really fast, and no one can ever catch you.
Exactly, dude.
And no one can tell that you've pissed yourself.
If you just hide under this big pile of coats till it all blows over, nobody can tell that you pissed yourself.
But
I look forward to this.
But no,
section
Rob does make a very salient point of like just force yourself to start and then just keep not stopping, and eventually it will work.
Fake it till you make it.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
I guess the only one I have is just like, don't be too hard on yourself. Like, for multiple reasons. Like, if you have a full-time job, or even if you don't have a full-time job, like if you're making YouTube content, and like it's hard. It is hard to make YouTube content. If you're learning how to edit for the first time, like I know that I took fucking forever making my first YouTube video because I just took eternity on the edit because I was trying to make everything exactly how I wanted it, and I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. I was doing everything incorrectly, as I have learned in the months since then. But like, don't be so hard on yourself. Like, it's fine to make mistakes. It doesn't have to be perfect from the start, and it won't be, so it doesn't matter. And like, if you need to take time and like not focus on making content because you have other shit to worry about the other shit. Like, it's just how it goes. I guess unless it's your only form of income, you're kind of stuck.
Well, I guess you kind of answered my last question, which was any advice.
When you're working on like, oh sorry, the delay just killed us. But
oh man.
When you get into working in media and like learning how to edit, editing is the worst. It is an awful thing that I've chosen to do as my profession because I'm a fool. But like, you won't know everything. You will need to look up tutorials. You will have to just figure stuff out yourself. I work with a bunch of very talented professional editors and motion graphic artists all the time. And on like Tuesday of this week, I said, oh, why don't you just hit shift that key to make that faster? And then someone who has been editing for 12 years went, oh, I've never tried that. Like, there is so much bullshit that you will never discover naturally in an editing software. And like people will like, oh, you got to learn, or oh, you need to know all the tricks. Like, that's all bullshit. These programs are made like garbage. Google everything.
Yeah, fuck editing. I agree with Chris.
Yeah, fuck them.
Thirded.
Oh, and if anyone gives you crap for your content, and if they haven't made something of similar or haven't made anything at all, actually fuck them. They don't deserve to complain.
If you comment on our TikToks complaining about how we need to being a mark,
You did make a good point. I mean, like it took me like 5 months to figure out I didn't have to actually go to the graphics section in Premiere to be able to change the font of the text and be able to add the out. That's great.
Zach still doesn't know that.
I still don't know that. Yeah, you're doing again. I literally have open on my other screen fucking legacy titles because that's how I know how to do things. Because I learned like an idiot.
The last thing that we have on here, and then you can all be free again. It has been a year since I've been doing this shit. Any advice for making it another year?
My biggest one, because I've watched a fair amount of your content. My biggest advice is learn how to promote it more, or not just promote it more. Period. Like putting it in different places. I mean, maybe not that.
Be
but
annoying about it. Oh yeah, get it in their fucking faces.
Why do I have a 52-minute ad on this video? But I watched it anyway. But like, I'm so happy YouTube gave this to me as an ad. I see those comments all the time on Kai's earlier stuff.
Jason never forgot episode 1 of Tales from Runeterra.
Oh my god,
never forgot, never forgave.
No, it's so annoying because like I mentioned the first video, not the first video, but like one of my older that 20-minute Prey video that Rob thought was an hour long. The reason that got 20 views is because I just put it on YouTube and then just looked at it and was like, oh, the numbers will get bigger now. And YouTube is a terrible platform that has become the fucking juggernaut that it is. So you have to cheat and get around it. I mean, we eventually got lucky with the Zelda videos and that popped off. And now for some reason the Ace Attorney videos are doing really well too. But like so many of our views for a lot of our content is like, I will post it on several different subreddits or several different Facebook groups or several different Discords that are pertaining to the facts that I present in the video or we talk about in the video. But like that, you know, it was the thing where like when we still had just a few thousand subs, I was like, I wonder when we have to stop doing that. And I remember this was recently, I was looking at somebody who did a very similar video to one that we had done, and they had 50,000 subs. And I saw their video got posted in a subreddit, and I was like, oh, that's cool. Like, I'm glad somebody posted this video because I'd seen it on YouTube naturally. And I looked who posted it, and it was the fucking person who made the video. And I'm like, this guy has 50,000 subs, and he still has to self-promote on Reddit. And I answered my own question. I'm always going to have to keep doing this. So
until we're at like 1 million subs, yeah, you're gonna have to keep doing that, buddy.
Exactly. So,
Zach's right. YouTube is like 89% luck, 3% advertising, and 8% bullshit. I think they did that math right.
And 50% concentrated power.
5% pain. Much more pain than that, actually. But the biggest thing, like when eventually you do get lucky and something that you make strikes, and like the Snowhead Temple video, which was our big video that blew up and got us to like 15,000 subs in like a week and a half. Yeah. The reason that worked so well is because from that Snowhead Temple video, people could go to, hey, they have 8 other videos of the same similar style. Or when people find the Ace Attorney series and they're like, oh, this is a whole series I can watch. The most important thing, and I hate to say this because it's such a bastard, but the most important thing to have on a channel, especially a growing channel, is consistency and scheduling. Which, like, when you work for yourself, it is an absolute, it's so gross. It's a nightmare. So my personal advice for any, like, scheduling thing you have is set a schedule of, like, so say, for example, I'm going to make one of this style of video every single month, and then expect to hit that about half the time. Because if this isn't your full-time career path, you're not going to be able to keep any schedule. What are you, insane? Life sucks and stuff gets in the way and time happens and like, oh no, I enjoyed myself and played a video game for a night and now I'm behind on this edit. That happens. Like, that's just life. So like, yeah, make a plan, expect for that plan to get out of whack, but then, you know, be able to still follow up on it and still make something happen. Even if, like, we said it before, but to echo it again, late content is better than no content. Like,
Mhm.
and yes, but still consistency in style and consistency in like, I'm still like, Zach doesn't necessarily love working on the Zelda videos all the time, but we still release one somewhat frequently.
Hey, take it to the bank. It's coming tomorrow.
He keeps saying that. Hasn't sent us the rough edit yet, but he keeps saying that.
I'll send it to you when it's done. Okay.
I can verify a couple of these things. The luck one, one of the first videos to get big was.
Oh my god!
Don't even start.
Zach is still mad
He's
about
still
this.
mad. Yeah, I wrote a video like on a topic that I was just randomly like really interested in. It was like a Fire Emblem before Three Houses came out. And I was like, what happened to it? Like, I don't fucking know. And that struck like gold. I remember him texting me on like Saturday morning. He's like, your video has like this many views or like 20,000 or something like that at the time. It got up to like 85,000 when it finally stopped. But like, I didn't expect it. I just wanted to make a video, and it was an opportunity for him to kind of edit and do some things. This is before they got much bigger. And I remember like when I posted it, it was on a subreddit and I got flamed for it. But I think a lot of people on that subreddit viewed it anyway and went to it because it's still closure.
And that's my fucking point. People can fucking talk shit on you on the internet, but guess what? The fucking
they watched it.
The Shadow Temple video. That one that is the most watched video on our entire channel. When I posted that to the Zelda subreddit, this one fucking dude commented about 30 times on that Reddit post to be like, fuck you, this video's stupid, you're saying a bunch of dumb stuff. But because that jackass commented so many goddamn times, that video stayed on the front page of our Zelda for about 2 days, and that video got over 10,000 views. So thank you, Paul, you fucking
yeah.
80% of people that comment, like, think of it like Yelp reviews. They're going out of their way because they're either really
passionate.
Mad or really appreciate it. So yeah, it's passion either way. And look, most people on the internet are annoying and loud and yelling about literally nothing. But realize that like so if it takes like the extreme to go and comment, everyone else is just passively enjoying the video and moving on with their day.
Yeah.
And that's what you need to focus on. You will not be able to please everyone in anything. That's just life, baby. But like if one guy is screeching at you and 99 are just like, oh, that's great. That's exactly what you want. That's perfect.
Yeah.
I guess the only other one I have is make stuff you want to make. Don't, especially when if you're not doing it for a full-time job and like making money, who fucking cares? Make whatever video you want to make. Don't make it for somebody else. Make it for yourself. If you blow up and are turning it into a career, that changes. But like, as far as where you're at now, just make whatever the hell you want to make. And if people will watch it or not, who cares? And then eventually the idea is, fuck them. Eventually the idea is you'll hit a chord with something you want to make that other people agree with, and it strikes a chord with them too, and they start to watch it, and then you can go from there. So
there's an audience. There's an audience for everything.
Yeah.
Usually.
Also, ask for help.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Zach somehow roped like 9 people into helping him for free. Like, just by being like, hey, do you want to? Would you like to do this? And all of us said yes.
Absolute moron.
Hey man, try to find a better use. I don't have a better use for my Wednesday, Thursdays, and sometimes Friday evenings. This is as much fun as anything else I could be doing.
Yeah, exactly.
The underlying advice there is if someone excessively asks for help, I will not do it for free.
He didn't have, the worst thing is he didn't have to excessively ask. We were all just like, sure. And then most of us of our own volition were like, hey, can I do more work for free?
This is how Zach gets you. He's like, we don't have enough people for this show one day.
Yeah.
Can you come on? And then that's it. You're fucking roped in.
You're put on the Rolodex, and I just keep going down the line. Shit, somebody's out. Who do we got? Oh, debate this guy's on? Okay, great. Boom.
Oh, Hayo's on? I can't match up this guy with Hayo. He told me, like, go down the Rolodex again.
In parallel to Chris's thing about saying fuck them, I'd say you have to have a certain amount of fuck it just in there. And if your fuck it takes the place of, like it does with me, I'm not consuming any feedback at all. If your fuck it is, I have a dedicated, like Wednesdays, I'm doing literally nothing involved with my whatever. It's just a complete, I don't want to do anything. And even if like, I'm falling behind maybe once or twice, you know, you can say, I'll do a little bit of work today, but like just having a dedicated day where you're doing absolutely nothing related to it to avoid burnout. Some days where maybe you just put out like one really crappy piece of content. You're like, man, this sucks. I'm going to put it out there anyway. Maybe you want to respond kind of quickly, we'll say, without thinking to a comment that really kind of heckled you a little bit. And you're just like, nah, man, fuck it. Or maybe you want to respond positively to somebody who said something nice. You're like, man, I'm going to spill my whole life story to you because you said something nice and I was having a bad day. You know, just having a certain amount of, I really don't care at some point along the way. I say, as somebody who puts out absolutely no content, will probably help you out.
You're a living like monolith of content.
I do other
Your
stuff.
Joker impression, man.
Oh my god.
Remember that time? Remember that time someone made a sarcastic joke and Zach took it literally and then yelled at them in the comments, and then I made him delete the comment.
Oh yeah, I did do that.
Literally never forget.
I was really bad about that.
I was like,
I won't
sure
feel
that guy
bad.
is joking.
I won't feel bad about screaming at this person on TikTok. in
Oh
2
my
minutes.
god!
Just let it lie.
Oh, dude.
Here's the other piece of advice.
They
Let it
left
lie.
4 comments. They can
Great.
get one
Let the
back.
shitty comments lie.
Thank you for the algorithm. Move on.
Sometimes your fuck it is, I'm not going to respond to this guy's stupid comment.
Sometimes
your
my
fucking
fucking is
is saying,
fuck this guy.
Why doesn't somebody else come in here and say something stupid to this guy so that it's not me, but I absolutely
That's a good idea.
endorse it?
You need like a
Hayo, you wanna hop on our TikTok real quick?
I actually was doing that beforehand. You have to put your phone number on to make comments.
Yes,
and I was
TikTok
like,
is no priority. I'll do it. I don't care. I'll yell at this guy.
Okay.
I would have said some real.
As long as it's not from the
I probably
brand.
got banned.
It's from the brand. You're on the show.
Nah, dude, my TikTok account is like one of the. It just has like my name and a number on it.
We're
Yeah.
gonna know if you put this out on a video that I'm this guy who commented on the thing.
They were just gonna
Okay,
cut it out.
Look. If I yell at someone in the comments on my personal TikTok account of our brand thing, and someone finds this video on Carl's channel and connects the dots, you know what? Congratulations, you've won. You now own my chocolate factory.
I'll personally give you a little reward if you do all that. I'll buy you.
I'll sell you my Photoshop files as an NFT. There you go.
Oh shit.
Worth more than gold.
Anything you guys wanted to say before we close? Anything you want to plug? Get your shit in here.
If you haven't already, please subscribe to us on YouTube, youtube.com/SaveDataTeam. Also twitch.tv/SaveDataTeam. Also literally any other platform /SaveDataTeam. Branding, baby.
Branding is good.
Something Zach wasn't for.
Play Shadow Tactics, Kaiser. Everybody bother him about playing Shadow Tactics, so he plays it on stream and gives a review of it or something like that. Please, it's right up his alley. It's a good game.
In the comments below this video, yell at Carl a series he has to do within the next year.
God.
Yeah, you fool! You brought me onto a podcast like I wasn't gonna recommend more stuff to create.
You know, I knew something like this was gonna happen eventually. I was just hoping that it wasn't gonna happen. There were like 2 minutes left, and I was like, "Fuck it."
I can't be trusted.
See, remember the piece of advice I gave: make stuff for yourself. Fuck other people. Fuck them.
Well, alright. I'll leave everyone's links down in the comments below if you want to check them out. And yeah, thank you very much for watching. And I will see you guys in the next video. As always, stay safe. Peace.
Boing.